Okay.
Welcome to Decades of Horror, the 1980s.
You're all gonna die in there. All of you. You're gonna die. Can I come in now?
This is episode 296, recorded October 15th, 2025.
Gruesome Magazine.
Yeah, and my name is Jeff Mohr, and this podcast is about horror films released between 1980 and 1989. Each episode, my co-host Bill Mulligan, Crystal Cleveland, and Chad Hunt, and I will tackle another classic or not so classic film from this radical, gory, influential, and gruesome decade.
Yep.
Joining me tonight is Crystal Cleveland, actress and YouTuber. How you doing, young lady?
I'm great. It's almost Halloween.
It is.
So
Yeah.
that's awesome.
It's getting closer and closer. And also joining us is Chad Hunt, comic book artist and co-host of Decades of Horror, the All of Them, comic book writer and artist, writer director for and key grip for Wreak Havoc Productions. How you doing?
Best boy.
Best boy.
Best boy.
He's
Yeah,
the
best
best
boy.
boy. Who's a best boy?
I'm fine.
I'm fine. Okay. Better than
And that's all I gotta say about that.
that's
Yep.
all.
That's all you that's all you need to know.
Mean that, let's see.
That's all I got to say about
F is
that.
effed up, insane, neurotic, and emotional. That's what the acronym of FINE stands for. Okay, never mind. Also joining us, last but not least, Bill Mulligan, writer, director, special effects guru, co-host of Decades of Horror, also the All of Them, published author of Rom and the Story and Vampire Hunters, and an all-around nice guy.
Well, thank you. Oh, it's so nice.
How you
said it
doing there?
was. I'm doing fine. It is getting near Halloween.
You know, if you had another book, if you get a third book, you could do the old Ed Sullivan thing where they the boxes flip around and
Oh yeah, like
Yeah,
what
yeah,
W.C.
yeah.
Fields did. It looks real easy. You ever try to do it?
no.
Nah, it's real hard.
Just like juggling, yeah.
Yeah, yes, juggling.
Yeah, it goes. All right. Decades of Horror and Gruesome Magazine are partnering with Play Now Media on several of their channels. And in fact, Decades of Horror, the 1980s, is on the Wicked Horror TV channel. And we have a promo code for you for that streaming channel. It's DOH80, DOH all caps, 80. And what you get for that is 20% off your first payment. So you don't have to subscribe to watch movies there. You can just go there and watch movies, but you'll get ads and you'll miss out on some of the premium content. If you do register, like with a name and an email address, it'll remember you and save your places, and you can have a favorites list or saved list or whatever. And but if you want to actually have a subscription, it is the monthly plan is $7.99 a month. So 20% off, you would get $1.60 off your first month. The annual plan is $60. So you would get 20% or $12 off of that, $48 for an annual plan, which I think is pretty cool. I got to take time to pull a couple movies off of those. But to give an example, next time on this podcast, we give the basic details of the film we're covering, followed by each of our first impressions of the movie, and then we'll move into the general discussion of whatever trips our trigger, hopefully relating to the film. And oh, by the way, we're going to spoil this. If you don't know what happens, we'll probably talk about it. So go find Poltergeist II, The Other Side, and watch it before we do it. So I just gave it all up. Here's our topic. Poltergeist II, The Other Side. And there's a picture of Will Sampson, who was just a really cool dude. Written by Mark Victor and Michael Grace. The cast includes, that's a heck of a cast, Craig T. Stevens, Joe Beth Williams, Heather O'Rourke, Oliver Robbins, Geraldine Fitzgerald, Julian Beck, Will Sampson, and Zelda Rubinstein.
It should actually be Craig T. Nelson, right?
Nelson,
What
yeah.
did I say? Oh,
I was about
where's
to
that
say.
come See,
I
I
was
told
like
you
thinking the
guys.
same thing. I was like, wait a second.
It's Craig
Is that-
T. Nelson, everybody. Why? Hold
Yeah.
on.
Isn't that their name in the movie? It's the Stevens family.
His name is no. Their name is Freeling. His name is
That's right.
Stephen. His character's name was Stephen, I think. Anyway, well, let's see what other mistakes I have here.
it's okay. You're
What?
great, Jeff. You're wonderful.
You're fine.
Oh yeah. I have to make a mistake. I do. Never mind. Production companies: Freddie Fields Productions and MGM. Filming locations: Southern California, and also the opening scene is Spider Rock and Canyon de Chelly National Monument in Arizona, which is an incredibly impressive place if you've never been there. I'm serious. It's very cool. And it's a site of some Native American were massacred by the Spanish from their cliff dwellings. So
Wow.
right next to Canyon de Chelly is Canyon del Muerto. So, all right. Filming date started May 23rd, 1985, had a 64-day production schedule, and was released May 23rd, 1986 in the US and Canada. The budget estimated to be 19 million. Domestic box office, 41 million. International was 33.9. So overall, it was 75 million, basically.
Made money.
The synopsis: the Freeling family have a new house, but their troubles with supernatural forces don't seem to be over.
Nope.
I'll say.
They do. All right. And before we get going, I'm just going to throw this up too, because it was something I was wondering about. Right. So I made this.
Okay, cool.
They were both released in early summer, late spring, however you want to look at that. Poltergeist, June 4th, 1982. The budget was 10.7 million and it made 77.2 million. And that was domestic.
Yeah.
And Poltergeist 2, May 23rd, 1986 release. Budget was 19 million. Domestic was 41 million.
So they spent twice as much and they made half as much.
Exactly.
See, that's why it's just better just to not spend as much. It's crazy that they.
Well, just either one of those budgets now is the cost of one big star in your movie.
Yeah.
That's
sure.
Too. Yeah.
Well, and part of that, I assume back then, well, it's 4 years later, so it's going to cost more. But also, when the stars, and they want to have the same stars.
Yeah.
They negotiate.
See how much money they made. They're going to like.
Yeah, that's
sure.
fair.
Yeah,
sure.
That's cool. We should get a little more.
The classic case was The Mask, where they wanted to make a sequel because it made $1 gajillion, and they realized they hadn't actually locked Jim Carrey into promising to be in the sequel. And so that's why we didn't have a really good sequel to The Mask.
They ended up with Jamie Kennedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, not the same.
No.
Not the
I didn't even
same.
know there was a Mask too. So
Really?
So
Son of Mask, I think it was called.
Yeah.
It's not
and
great.
I've never seen Mask.
Oh, Mask is good.
Oh, you're missing out.
Oh, you mean Mask with like Eric Stoltz?
No, I saw that one. I did not see the
okay.
Jim Carrey one.
It's good.
Oh, you didn't see.
It's,
God,
it's worth
yeah,
watching.
It's fun. Yeah, it's cute.
So, all right.
All right.
First impressions. This is Crystal's pick. And when did you first see this? First impression, etc.
I was young. I don't remember when, but man, I love this movie, y'all. I've always loved this movie. I love Poltergeist. Okay. I know this one feels a little different, but it had been a long time since I'd seen it. So I was excited to see it again. And I love this movie. I don't understand. Like, the special effects are super good to me still. Like that tequila worm, like in the bottle, even just when it opens its eye, that's super creepy. It's very effective.
Yes.
The obviously he gets really creepy there. And then the vomiting and that creature is brilliant. And I love how it looks like the old dude. And the old dude, I mean, of course, everyone remembers this film because of the old man, because he is so amazing and so effective. Like, he knew what he was doing. I mean, whoever, I don't know if they cast him and then wrote this for him, or they wrote this and they found like the most epically perfect person to play this. But I don't think that in the history of casting that there has ever, and I mean this, ever been a more perfect casting in all of cinema. I don't think that just anyone could pull that off. You have to have the look, you have to have the voice, you have to have, I mean, it's like the perfect storm. It still scares me. It still petrifies me when I just look at that dude's face. Like, he is so good and so effective. And okay, the story's a little stupid. I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, it's dumb. But I don't watch it for that. I mean, did they rehash some stuff? Yes. Is the brother kind of like just fodder for the canon? Well, for sure, because he's boring anyway, right? It's never been about him anyway.
Right.
But
Well, that's
yeah, like, but I still liked it. I mean, the braces thing, it's really funny. I think this movie is super fun. Even now, to this day, I think this movie is super good. Now, the third one, I haven't watched it in a long time. I know it's the worst. I know it's really bad. So I can't speak to that one, but obviously I love 1 and 2. So yeah, I'm glad we did this. This was fun.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I'm glad you picked it. Let's go with Bill Mulligan next.
I wasn't too crazy about this. It's been a long time since I saw it, and I kind of hoped that maybe it would improve with time. But I really like Poltergeist, the original. And of course, there's always been the argument, who directed it? Tobe Hooper, Spielberg, Tobe Hooper, Spielberg. There's been an awful lot of controversy, a lot of people with opinions. But one thing that's pretty obvious, neither one of them had anything to do with this one. This just seems, it's not terrible. It's not terrible. We're going to be doing some terrible movies. This to me is like when the kids say mid. This is how I feel about it. It's
really
the middle
Mid's
Poltergeist
kind of
movie.
dead now, though, Bill.
I know. Well, listen, I'm old. Listen, by the time I catch up with lingo, it's,
Groovy.
I still
Catch up on your
chicken
slang,
inspector
Bill.
button.
Come on.
Yeah. 23 skidoo. But
It was the bee's knees.
it was the bee's knees.
It was.
Yeah. Now, okay, there are some good things. They have monsters designed by H.R. Giger. I think the designs were cooler than the realization, but still pretty good. The monsters are pretty cool, and they're practical, and certainly won't see that anymore. The actors are all fine. They really do. One of the strengths of the movie is the family aspect. You really do believe this is a family that's fighting together and the dad. And so when the dad goes evil, when he gets possessed, it's really alarming because he's such a totally nice guy. And now you genuinely feel scared for Jo Beth Williams. The little girl, of course, is cute. There is that kind of Twilight Zone tragedy hanging over these movies, knowing that the sister from the first movie was murdered and what happened to the little girl here dying very young. I don't believe in the curse of the Poltergeist movies or anything, but that is a little sad. And of course, yes, Crystal's absolutely right. That guy is iconic. The fact that, one of the things they talk about the curse of the movie is that he died shortly after this movie came out. But it's obvious that this is someone who either has the greatest makeup ever or looks like he's dying. Whether
he's
they
like
cast him knowing that or not, I don't know.
It's a little bit of both.
Yeah, he's so good and so creepy that he definitely, he's become an iconic role. But when they get to, and this was partly true for the first one too, there was always that kind of weird battling in the first Poltergeist between the kind of raw, visceral horror, the Tobe Hooper horror, and then the kind of shiny light stuff that people said was more like Spielberg. And I don't think that's any evidence that Spielberg really directed it, because if you see some of Tobe Hooper's other movies like Life Force, he's more than happy to play around with colored lights and spinning wheels and things. But here, it just, when they finally go to the other side and, grandma shows up and she's an angel. And I'm just like, this is like family friendly horror. It was just a little too family friendly for me. I just feel like this had all the elements to be even better than the first one. Will Sampson's awesome. The casting is good. The bringing Giger onto a project immediately elevates it a couple of points here. Is it Giger? Giger? I don't know.
It's Giger.
Is it Giger?
I keep correcting you, but it's not.
I'll never learn.
But
He just
Yeah.
got through saying ginger ale about 100 times. So he's
That's true. I just said
ginger.
ginger ale. Tomorrow, next time I go to school, I'll probably be saying go to the gymnasium or something. I'll get it all confused. But he's always gonna give you something.
I'm obsessed
over
with
the top.
Bieber. Like, oh my God. I used to buy books when I was, sorry, I'm
Mhm.
distracting, but I used to buy his art books when I was in high school and then rip the pages out to put them on my walls because,
Mhm.
that's all I could. My
I
parents
had
wouldn't buy
I
me
had
that.
that poster, that great poster of the woman's head, with
Lee.
the
Her name's
yeah,
Lee.
which
Mhm.
was based on his mistress who later killed herself. Supposedly, he had her body reduced to bones so he could use that in his art. Woohoo! Issues.
That wouldn't surprise me.
No,
That
it wouldn't
sounds
surprise anyone.
legit. Yeah.
But now, is it worth watching? Sure. And if you want to binge the Poltergeist series, watch Poltergeist, watch this, and then just say, and that's where it ended.
Okay.
And I don't
Yeah.
know anything about the latest version. I know another version came out. It came and went without
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
much notice.
Yeah.
And nobody
That's,
seems to talk
Sam
about it.
Rockwell, is that?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Sam Rockwell.
Well, I love Sam Rockwell, but
Oh, me too.
I might check it out here. Okay, thanks, Bill. Mr. Chad Hunt.
This movie, it's been a while since I've seen it, but I've always liked it. I really have, but it just doesn't hold up somehow. And I don't know whether, and because it's like Crystal said, the story's just stupid. I think because you've got a great cast, an awesome cast of people there, but somehow when you compare it to the first one, it sort of falls apart a little bit, and it takes away from the first one. I feel like in a way. As far as why they were being haunted by this poltergeist and these spirits and stuff like that. But I love this movie for the special effects. I like it for the humor. It's got way more humor than the first one did. A lot of it stemming from things like, Dad, why can't we have a TV like everybody else? And if you saw the first one, you know why they don't have a TV. That kind of thing. So I thought that was kind of cool. But the thing with the grandma and the whole everybody's psychic stuff, I didn't dig that. I didn't dig that a lot. But the special effects, the makeup, and stuff like that were just spot on. The tequila worm that got vomited up, that whole sequence. If you've watched this movie, that's what you remember it for.
Yeah,
is that whole tequila sequence. So it's not one that I revisit often because of that. Maybe I watch the first one quite a bit, at least once a year or once every other year, around Halloween time. So looking at it again, it just, some of the visual effects don't hold up very well. But that's nitpicking probably. But overall, it's like Bill said, it's an okay horror film. It's an okay horror film, and it's more like less scarier than the first one for sure. But Julian Beck, man, he is the scariest looking dude I have ever seen in a movie in this role. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, he was dying at the time this was made, and that gaunt look that he has and everything was probably the reason he did look so terrifying. He's very skeletal and looking and gaunt. But so this is one that I don't mind watching. And I haven't seen the third one in a very long time. That's the one with the high rise, I think, where they're in the high rise. Yeah, and so we'll probably end up covering it one day. But this one, I liked. Will Sampson is amazing in it. I love just about anything Will Sampson's in. I just adore that guy. He's so great. And it's an okay movie. But I don't I would never tell somebody that's new to horror, oh, go watch Poltergeist 2. You got to watch that.
Yeah.
They'd never watch another horror movie, I don't think. But being a fan of the first one and then watching this one, it's okay, you know. So
Okay.
I'm not going to kick it while it's down.
Thank you.
Yes.
You know, my memory of watching this, and I did not see, I know I've talked about this before, but I'm not really big into these series. So a lot of the times when I see something that I really loved in the first thing, like Halloween, I did watch the first 3 Halloweens, but then I quit going to them until just a few years ago. I watched all of them. Same thing with Friday the 13th. It just seems like you're just repeating it. Nightmare on Elm Street. I only saw the first one. I didn't go to the other ones. But I have since picked up on them. So, you know, like I do when we do something like this, is I watched all 3 of them this weekend. And yeah, the third one is the worst. But anyway, I'd seen this before, but my memory of it was not positive, but I had a much more positive view of it this time. And it could be because I bought the Blu-ray and listened to all the commentary and the stories about the making, and that immediately makes it interesting to me. So there are a few things that I'll throw in about this. So I enjoyed it. I think there's 2 downfalls. One is the CGI or whatever those they did to make the lights and the clouds over the house and that stuff. The practical effects are awesome. They're very, very good as almost any, I think. The other thing that's lacking is, and this is something I found out, that they mixed and matched scenes of this and moved them around from the script and from the shooting schedule, and then had to go back and do some more shooting to tie some things together or add some scary scenes. So like when they see the ghouls in the mirror when Oliver's in the bathroom, those weren't there before. Anyway, but I enjoyed it, and you know, it's kind of weird. They said they had, and the other side of that is the producers are the writers. 2 of the producers are the writers. So, and then Brian Gibson, they said, well, I'll just say this because I don't think we don't have a slide on him, but they liked him, and he ended up making a very good movie later. But this one, he said he did not understand the effects, how to relate to the effects people. He'd never done anything like that. So like when he would tell the effects people, here's the angle we're going to shoot, here's where the camera's going to be in the angle, then they would set up the effects to get best seen that way. And then he would come in the morning and change the camera angle. And so then they'd have to go around and try to fix everything. And
he didn't understand how, wow, what an idiot.
How much that affects it. I don't know. You'd think he'd figure that out pretty fast. So
like what on earth? Like that's his whole job. Like he's got, wow.
All right. So what else we got here? Oh, this must be, I almost forgot about this. This is the time on Sprockets when we do Taglines with Chad.
Oh, I wouldn't have been mad if you forgot about it.
This will make up for the other day when there weren't any at all.
Yeah, we did a TV movie from the 70s.
The first tagline is spectacular special effects and excellent ensemble acting. That is not a tagline.
No,
but that's true. That's
I didn't.
Parts of the film.
I just copied
the best parts of the film.
That's
actually a review.
Yeah,
it's probably in quotes on something.
Boy, that'll really bring them running.
The Freeling family's struggle with spirits begins again.
Okay.
That sounds
that would be like continuing, right?
Yeah,
begins again. I could.
Yeah, that's like a double. Okay. Anyway.
Oh, this is like. Okay, Dad, hold on.
No.
This is like one of those ones where they go see, and then there's something, and then see, and then there's something else. Only this one is.
This is
they're back.
wow. This is terrible. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Are you cutting that part out?
I'm not. No.
I feel like if you have to explain to me the tagline before I read it.
Well, I was just warning you because it wasn't laid out in a row like they usually are.
Sometimes the taglines need taglines.
Yeah. All right. They're back. Oh, the members of the wonderful Freeling family who won your hearts before. They're back. All the strange forces that terrified the Freelings and enthralled you. They're back. The thrills, the chills, the laughs, the gasps, the excitement, and the wonder of one of the greatest movie stories of our time.
That's not really it. Is that really it?
I just copied that.
Pat, are you making that up? Are you making that up?
No,
right IMDb.
And that was all one. That was all one.
Yeah.
And I read it just like Jeff told me to.
The thrills, the chills.
All right.
Want
me to take that out?
No.
That's
the chuckle,
worst
the turnbuckles.
That
tagline
sounds like something from
ever.
1950s.
Oh, absolutely. And describing a wacky Disney movie or something.
Yeah, like
they talk about the Freeling family like any of us remember that was their name.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. For real.
All we remember was the guy peeling his face off in the mirror.
Yeah.
Or you could just say the next one by itself.
They're back.
That's what you
it.
would expect. Okay. Yeah.
And last but not least, this is not a tagline. I will bet my paycheck on that's not being a tagline. Hold on to the chair.
What?
Okay.
Oh, so it doesn't slide across the.
Well, I think so.
Kitchen?
Or maybe like hold on to your. It might be. It's a translation from a foreign poster. So this is the only one I put in.
See, those don't count.
And it may be the equivalent of if you
hang on
translate religiously word by word, you get hold on to the chair, but it might be hold on to your seats.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah. That's fun. All I was thinking was the chair. Remember what the chair would move?
Yeah, right. They were all stacked up. Yeah.
That second one goes into the bad taglines Hall of Fame right there.
Yes,
that is. I've been around for a while. I'm pretty.
I've seen things.
I've got some years behind me, and I have never seen that tagline anywhere on anything.
I might find it. I don't remember which foreign poster it was on, but I just went right into Google Translate. All right. So that's been taglines with Chad.
Chad's our hero, cool and rad. With him reading taglines, they can't be that bad.
That's what you think, Crystal?
Yeah. Back or can they? You can't help it, Chad. It's not you.
It was terrible. It was a horrible one.
But oh God, I honestly I can't get past that one. It's like it makes it sound so happy and it's weird.
Yeah. It's like the song Lied. I mean, even with Chad reading that tagline, it was that bad.
Yeah, that's so weird, y'all.
Well,
can't all be
sometimes they just don't know what to do. All right, and here's the main poster. Although this one's a little larger than what I usually see.
Oh, I do remember this. I remember seeing that for sure. That image.
Some of them are even more black, and that pool of light is even smaller.
Ours is one blacker. Ours goes to 11.
And that's her on the phone. That's
right.
that's how they're contacting.
They got rid of the TV, but those spirits figured out another way to do it, which is
Bill saw fit to include this one.
Because I found this one. I'm pretty sure this is like a poster from Ghana or something. And if you ever want to go down a rabbit hole, waste a good hour of your life and have a lot of entertainment, look up like posters from Ghana, where they're hand painted and they are absolute works of art that have almost nothing to do with the movie.
I've seen a few of these, and there's something to behold.
True. Yeah. I doubt that any of them still even exist, but they're brilliant.
Screaming in the car.
We got the chainsaw. We've got some
chainsaw
demons
going through the top of the car.
We have a little girl playing with dolls. Looks nothing like the little girl in the movie, but it is a little girl, so shut up.
Who's the little red dude?
He's
Yeah.
Steven.
Good question.
Assuming the one on the left is the guy that come out of the tequila bottle, Old Man Kane. but
Right,
I don't know
right.
who this thing is at the top with the vampire face.
You
It's
can assume
amazing.
all you want. Yeah, see, look, he's coming out of a bottle. Like I dream a genie.
It's even
What's
printed.
Bombay Teshi?
The artist name.
I'm guessing
probably.
the artist because he deserves credit for this.
Okay. All right. Well, let's.
I thought Polish movie posters were a trip, but man,
So, kind of go through the cast here. Heather O'Rourke, which is, that a tragic story. So
it is a tragedy. She has such an angelic little face, and which is, they kind of play up that in the movie that she is like an angel or something.
well, she's an amazing actress.
Really good.
I'm really impressed with her deliveries, and then even in the third one, she's like the big plus positive of that one. Otherwise,
She beat out Drew Barrymore for this.
Mm.
I mean, that bottom picture is great because you have good and evil, and you don't have to hear a word to understand looking at that who's who.
And I guarantee you she was actually scared. Because if I was her age actually working with that dude, I would be scared looking at that mug. I'm not going to lie to y'all, okay? Like, oh, God, don't touch me.
Yeah.
Don't touch me.
It looks like they do
No.
have him made up a little bit.
Yeah, like the graying.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, I saw. I don't have it included. I should have put it in there because I found an early picture of him. He was a character boy.
yeah,
And the early picture, he looks when he's much younger. He looks like Riff Raff. He had a really
From
unique
Underdog?
look. No,
just riff
some of
rap.
it-
in
that would have been
general.
cool too.
Some of it is that mouth, those
teeth.
teeth.
Oh my god,
I mean, they're just so much. They're
Martha
so
Ray, denture wearer.
much.
Man's
Wow.
always got a smile on his face. A smile in the world smiles with you, unless
So
you look like this.
The producer who does one of the commentaries on that disc talked about he was a character, and that he would come to the set every day, and his wife and his boyfriend came to the set in 1986.
Wait,
He goes,
he had a wife and a boyfriend?
yes.
Mhm.
Oh, well, that's very
And they said,
avant-garde.
a little
Like, that's
unusual,
cool.
but hey,
He was
That-
Riff Raff.
he was the nicest guy, they said, and that he was so excited about being in this film, even though he knew he was
Knew this was his last.
dying. And that shot on the bottom, so they had to part of that door scene, through the screen door,
Mhm.
they had to reshoot, and he came in to do it, and it was a few weeks later, and I know he died between the before the movie was released.
Oh.
But he came, and he had gone downhill some,
Mm.
and so he looked paler and whiter and more drawn, and they thought it was a good effect because his power in that scene, his power was struggling,
Yeah.
because Craig Nelson was refusing him
Mhm.
to come in, and that's when he kind of loses it and starts yelling.
Well, look at that top picture. How he
Yeah.
looks a
Yeah.
little more healthier in that top picture than he does.
Well,
in the bottom there.
the producer also said this was what is his name? Mark Grace, I think, is one of the authors. Michael Grace. That there were times they had to actually make him put makeup on to make him look better.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, I would imagine. That's sad.
But anyway,
And
He
the
was-
character was a great character. I mean, the whole
Yeah,
idea
yeah.
of this guy. And every few years that happens again, people sell their belongings because they're convinced they figured out the day of the rapture.
Mhm.
I believe there's
Oh.
a passage in the Bible saying no one will know the day, but
Yeah.
they somehow
It
figure
will
out a way
come like
around
a thief in the
Yeah,
freaking
you're
night.
not
Like,
gonna
it's
know.
insane. That whole, we just went through that.
We
Are
just
you
like,
did.
quoting
it's
the Bible
mad.
there? You quoting
Yeah.
the Bible there, Crystal?
yeah,
Yeah. Like,
Came like a
I
thief in
know-
the effing night.
I
He's
will
my
tell you,
religious
I
source.
know the Bible. Like, I
But
used to
every
work in a
few years,
church
this
and shit.
one, I remember I was reading
God,
something
people
where
are
someone was like,
crazy,
my
though.
neighbor asked me to take care of her dog after Wednesday because she's going to be lifted up in the rapture. And it's like, one, she's convinced she's going to be lifted up. Two, she's telling the neighbor, you ain't going anywhere because I'm wise. Than you. And the only thing I'm concerned about, she's not even trying to convince him to save his soul. Lost cause, but she wants the dog to be taken care of.
Since you're not going to make it.
Yeah.
Could you watch my dog?
Make yourself useful.
Yeah.
It's
I love
crazy.
it.
Yeah, that's wild. You know, these people are like, I'm like, it's the people who actually have no clue what the Bible actually says that are the ones that just fucking become so sure. They're so sure they know what it says and what's going to happen.
Well,
I'm like, bitch, sit the fuck down.
Right.
You
He takes it to the next
shit
level
about
and
dick.
gets these people to go down a hole and refuses to let them go.
Julian Beck is unbelievable. Everything about him, the way he moves, he has this sort of languid, slow but smooth method of moving and talking. He talks slow and drawn out.
But he's got that weird, twangy, weird,
and that
voice.
creepy ass song that he's always singing. And dang, if that doesn't, that Blu-ray, when you plug that thing in, if you don't get it off the main menu right away, he starts singing that song over and over again.
But you really get that madness in the eyes.
He does.
You know, that it's a special kind of charisma. Now, to most of us, you see someone like that and you're just like, you'll jump down a manhole to get away with it. But there's a certain number of people who totally respond to it. And you wonder, how did a David Koresh or a Jim Jones or any of these obvious lunatics, when you see them talking, you're like, well, clearly this person's on the fast train to crazy town. But there is something there. And some people are drawn to it.
I forget what Michael Grace said, that they, for models, God, I can't remember who the other person was. The models for the character, because he was also the screenwriter, were it was a combination between Jim Jones and somebody else, and I can't remember who the other person was.
But look how evil he looks in that top picture.
Oh yeah.
He did such a great job with this character.
Yeah.
Worst kind of evil.
I mean,
kind of evil that's
I'm not
it's
kidding.
good.
When I said best casting, I truly believe in all of cinema. And I that's a big, I'm just saying, no one more perfect for the role.
Yeah.
No one like there's something about him. And I bet you a lot of it is, I think he probably really fucking enjoyed it. He had fun with it, I bet. And that, I think that actually shows too, because you have to have a brand of kind of not giving a damn to do this. You have to be free, and there's a freedom in acting crazy.
I think Crystal's right. You imagine, suppose they had gone with a different person, who would it have been? I can think of a lot of good actors that they would have cast, but they wouldn't have been able to pull this off. It'd be so easy for this to be comical.
Yes, that's what I was about to say. I think some people could pull it, but he feels so authentic. It's something that really, truly, like, as an actor, that is stuff I love to study, because one person can act crazy and you could tell they're overdoing it. They're acting crazy. And then someone else can act crazy and it's like, I buy that you're legitimately crazy and I am never going to get close to you. I am staying. And that is what he's amazing. But
I think there's one thing that works against the movie is that we're supposed to be believing, as the movie ramps up and the demons become more and more demonic, they should be scarier. They're not even close to as scary as this guy. I wish he was in the movie more.
Yeah.
So he was I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Bill or Crystal, anybody, have you ever heard of the Living Theater in New York? He was a co-founder.
So when you said he was avant-garde, you were absolutely right.
And was helped co-found it in 1947 and was still working with him until when he died, they said. And that's where I'm pretty sure that's where the writer producer saw him. And he said, I was literally walking down the street and some guy comes up to me and whispers in my ear, want to see a play?
Yes, I love it.
And he said,
Wow.
sure. And they took him to the living theater, and he said, which was full, but he was amazed. He really went for
It's
it.
one of my regrets that I didn't take advantage more in the 70s. The things that were in New York that are not there anymore and will never be again. But off Broadway had a lot of crazy stuff going on. You could see Brother Theodore's monologues and the original Rocky Horror shows and just a lot of crazy stuff.
Okay, now this is
Andy
crazy.
Mulligan was making stuff. I mean, ugh.
So his wife's name was Judith Malina, and it says that, number one, let's see. He was a major influence on Jim Morrison, who attended Living Theater productions. Beck and Malina were indicted 12 times on 3 continents for charges such as disorderly conduct, indecent exposure, possession of narcotics, and failing to participate in a civil defense drill.
Oh, that's funny.
He was only 60 years old when he died.
Wait, what?
He was only 60. Yeah.
I'm older than he is. Tell me I look better.
Oh,
You do.
Bill, not even close. Like,
To be fair, though, even in his younger days, he didn't look all that great.
No,
He was sick, but he was very gaunt and skinny like that, even in the.
but even still, y'all look so much younger than him.
60 years old.
He looks 85. Like,
And
I'm
this
not
just-
kidding. Like my grandmother. He looked like my grandmother at 89.
Not a healthy 85, not a Geritol
Yeah.
drinker at all.
Wow. Well, he had a tough life. He had a
Yeah.
very rugged. He enjoyed his life. That's a good thing.
That's it, yeah.
Except for the part where he had to defend himself against not participating in a civil defense drill. But
That's fucking so funny. He's crazy.
But he looked like
can we
one
get
of
this
those-
guy on?
He used to have big, long hair. He still had the bald spot up there, but big, long.
That's what I'm
long
saying. Like,
hair.
he looked like riffraff.
Yeah.
Oh,
his
from
best- it
Rocky
says,
Horror Picture Show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I finally figured out what he meant. I didn't place it together until I was like, oh yeah, okay. Sorry.
Paradise
Yeah, Bill
Now.
rambling again.
Paradise Now was their best-known play, a semi-improvisational piece involving audience participation.
Uh-oh.
Was notorious for a scene in which actors recited a list of social taboos that included nudity while themselves disrobing.
Huh.
This led to multiple arrests for indecent exposure.
He looked like a guy that doesn't mind
Yeah.
getting naked every once in a
No,
while.
and
in
it also
public.
does says he and his wife were life partners in an open marriage, and he had a long-term affair with Ilyan Troya, a male actor in the Living Theater Company. So that was carrying on right up to his death, apparently. So I kind of dig it.
Awesome. More power to him. Yeah.
I've seen pictures of him right before his death when he's in the hospital, and if you think he looks bad here,
Yeah.
it just looked like a living skeleton
Yeah.
in bed, and it must have happened pretty fast if he was going downhill, where the filmmakers could even tell.
Right.
This
It's
is
a shame
crazy.
he didn't live long enough to see. I mean, even the
I
bad
know.
reviews this movie got singled him out as the high
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
Yeah.
It says, in addition to nudity and directly accosting and challenging the audience, Living Theater performances included rituals of love, affirmation, nonviolence, and communality drawn from various mystical and contemporary sources, including Artaud, and the Kabbalah. Cast members also frequently, if not continuously, use narcotics and other drugs such as LSD.
In other words, orgies.
Yeah.
even during
Yeah.
performances.
I'll bet a lot of the people in the audience were.
Yeah.
of the
He
same
and other
mindset.
members of the theater group frequently tripped together and often performed while high on LSD. So
I'll bet these things were god awful to watch.
Oh my gosh.
They
I
probably
bet they were good on drugs. I bet.
Yeah, on drugs. Yeah, sure.
all right. Well, that's Julian Beck. We're going to jump back to Heather O'Rourke or Julian. Yeah, did I say Julian Beck?
Mhm.
That's what I heard in my brain. So
My
yes,
brain,
I'm gonna say
that's
yes.
what my brain heard in my brain
Yeah.
too, but I wasn't sure what came
Yeah.
out of my mouth.
I'm like, well, that's what I thought I heard. I actually wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah, I only see one other picture here of him, and he's younger and has got like a standard like 40s hat on in a suit.
Oh, okay. So see that?
Oh, that's from
him.
the Cotton Club, and so
Yeah.
he was only a couple years younger at that time.
I mean, he still does he looks a lot better there for sure. I mean, at a point though, it's time to let the hair go. Okay.
He was a very thin and gaunt character, so yeah. All right. So Heather O'Rourke, I am totally amazed at this, and they actually said, the producer talked about her that way too, that she was maybe the best actor that was there, that they never had any problems with her. She'd do like an incredibly tense scene, and they'd be wondering how it was affecting her. And the minute she got done, she'd trot over and sit with her mom and laugh and play games or whatever the hell they were.
Raise your hand if you remember her from Happy Days.
Oh no,
I don't.
But I didn't even realize she was.
She have a bit part in there.
She was on there for a while. She played Fonzie's niece or something weird like that. Yeah. This was probably after he jumped the shark.
Probably. Let's see, 82 to 83, and she played Heather Pfister, P-F-I-S-T-E-R, 82 and 83. So yeah, 12 episodes. I did not know that. I did not watch Happy Days that long. All right. Where are we at? I just thought she was great. And we do know apparently she had intestinal problems her whole life. And
that's why she never really grew much.
Yeah, she died shortly after filming Poltergeist 3.
Now, see, this is where I think this is where some of the conspiracy crazies and everything come about. Isn't it weird that there's so many child actors? I mean, I can name 3 just off the top of my head. Her, Gary Coleman, Emmanuel Lewis, these little kids who are, become superstars, but have some kind of condition that they can't age. And you're like, I haven't known any kid in all the kids I've known throughout all the years that have had that. How does that happen?
I actually had major kidney problems. I should be taller and bigger than what I am.
Oh.
I had a very similar, like Gary Coleman was kidney issues as well. I am the shortest person in my family. Everyone else in my family is much taller. So you do kind of notice one. I don't have it. Well, actually, not necessarily. I mean, I'm lucky that I made it to 5'2", but it's not a form of dwarfism. It is, it's about like the kidneys and how it processes, and that doesn't produce the right hormones for the growth or whatever.
Yeah. No, I get why it happens. It's just weird to me. Do they deliberately choose kids who have a condition that might keep them looking young? I mean, for a TV show, that would make sense, I guess.
But I mean, I don't know that it was even really all that understood. I don't think that she particularly looks. I mean, when I was, 12, I looked younger until I didn't. You know what I mean? Until I started to develop. So like, she still would have. I just think that they wind up maybe because you're sick. You're sick your whole freaking childhood. You're sick. Maybe it just makes you want to be a performer to escape. Maybe there's some sort of escapism here, and it because I was literally sick all the time.
No.
I mean, I was in and out of the hospital. I had delirious fevers. Like, it's not good, So I think maybe that partially plays into it. Like you want to escape from your life.
Yeah. Well, I read a detailed or semi-detailed, I guess, account of her last few days, and it was kind of like that. She was sick, but it wasn't that bad. And should we go to the hospital? Blah blah blah. Anyway, kind of.
Yeah, she had a blockage. That's horrible. That's horrible. My kidney, they were going to remove it. They didn't. I still have it. But let me tell you, I still have issues with that damn kidney. It is so annoying. So I guess, Gary Coleman had kidney. Now, I don't know about Emmanuel Lewis. I only know that Gary Coleman was more similarly related to mine. His was kidney issues. I'm not sure about Emmanuel Lewis though, but I know
Emmanuel Lewis is a little bit taller, and I mean, he at least grew a little bit. He looks more like a man now than he did.
So I saw him, like, he lives in my city.
Oh, really?
Oh
Yeah.
wow!
So I saw him at the grocery store, like, honestly, it's weird. It was like 4 or 5 months ago. Yeah. So
I'm glad he's still
that's,
alive. I hadn't
oh
heard
yeah,
from him for so
that's
long.
so weird. Like, apparently though, like he was helping his mom, or his mom lost his house or something. I don't know. That's all rumor and conjecture. I'm not gonna but yeah, he looks good. Like,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
looks like a man. He doesn't
Yeah.
look like a child, but yeah, he looks good. He looks
I
healthy.
think some of it too was you've got this younger or a kid who has this problem where they are going to look small and cute there for a long time, but because of their age, they are mature enough to
Mm-hmm.
act.
Mm-hmm.
So I think
Mhm.
that's probably a lot of it, that they have somebody that'll look like a kid forever that also is able to understand how to act and be around
Feels
cameras
more
and stuff.
mature, because she was
Yeah.
like 12, I think, or something here,
Yeah,
wasn't
she's
she?
older than she's
Mm-hmm.
looks than what
Mm-hmm.
I pictured her as in the movie. And that's how you can make a movie in '82 and 4 years later say it's like a year later, or how much later is it supposed to be?
I
Yeah,
think it
she
was a
didn't get
year
enough
later.
growth.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Well, Heather, we loved you.
Yeah.
That's so sad. Mm-hmm.
Jo Beth Williams was always kind of
Oh,
a
I
favorite.
love
of mine.
her.
I do too. I think she's great.
Yeah, she's great. She hasn't done a lot of genre stuff. Endangered Species and The Day After, which was a big deal TV movie by was it Nicholas Meyer, I think.
Oh, okay.
She was. I mean, honestly, when I think about this film, the acting is way too good for the movie.
It is really good.
Yeah,
She
it
does
is.
a great job in this.
Because I meant
basically-
it when I said the story is garbage, because it just is. But the act, like when she gets the tears in her eyes and
Yes,
stuff,
yes,
it's like,
yes. That's what I was
Yeah.
going to say. And as her she goes from like sort of I don't know, sly smiles watching her husband,
yeah, she's so
her
good.
drunk husband breaking, talking about how much he wants to be downwardly mobile.
Yeah.
But then later on, she has a near breakdown
Yeah.
from what was her big? Oh no, that wasn't it. What was her?
Like, why did they have to do the grandmother? Why? Like, I just think about this, and
told her guys.
it's like, y'all, if the story had been better, this movie would have been phenomenal. I love the elements where with him drinking the tequila, they still could have the tequila. The grandmother just went too far, and it was just, oh man.
Oh,
Yeah.
the big
Well-
chill. She was in the big chill.
Yeah, the big chill.
Oh yeah.
I think a lot of that too was because that's what ruined it for me about the story was everybody's psychic now,
Yeah.
and so it kind of it
Seems
runs
Just
in
the
the
women.
runs in the family,
Just the women.
type of thing, and that didn't. I don't know. In the first one,
I
it was
could
they were
buy
a
it with
normal
Carol Ann.
family. Yeah, Carol
Yeah.
Ann. That's
could-
why they wanted her. That made sense. But now everybody's one. Why didn't they ever come after her? Or
Yeah.
Well, the mother wasn't. The
Well, I'm talking
impression
about
I
Jo
got
Beth
was
Williams.
Jo Beth Williams was trying to tamp it, like she wanted to deny any connection with that. And
Yeah,
so-
for this movie they did, right?
right.
But I think in the first one they were
They
just
should've
a
shown,
normal,
like,
regular
something, yeah.
family going through something
Right.
very, very bad.
Oh well,
And-
okay, you're right. They
Yeah.
did add this whole thing with
Which I hate.
the Julian.
Yeah, because-
Yeah.
Because if she had had some sort of knowledge of this in the first film, there's no way she would have entertained the stuff that was going on in her house like she did. Like
Right.
setting her daughter down so she could slide across and that kind of stuff. Like that she would have like put the kibosh on all that. But she just seemed super into it.
Yes, I'm going to turn my daughter over to the unknowable force.
Yeah.
That we have no
Yeah.
idea what it's going to do next. But yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
They were pot smokers. What can you say?
Yeah.
Let's see. I thought. All right. No, I like her. I like her. she does a great job. And then we have her husband, Craig T. Nelson.
Who is in a lot more stuff than I thought.
Flesh Gordon? What
He
is
was.
that?
Flesh
Flesh
Gordon.
Gordon.
Flesh Gordon is a
Sort of a-
1970s porn,
He
X-rated.
was in.
Okay, so here, Flesh Gordon was shot as an actual hardcore porn film. They spent more money on it than probably any other X-rated movie ever made. It has amazing special effects by some of the best special effects people in Hollywood on their way toward doing Star Wars and other stuff. And they realized that they couldn't possibly make their money back with the, raincoat crowd. So they cut it down to a softcore porn movie and released it. He is the voice of the great god, whatever Harryhausen spelled backwards is. At the end of the movie, they hired him and he does voiceover as this statue comes to life and starts rampaging around the planet Porno. And he was great. He was doing this like Popeye muttering and everything. And they incorporated that into the storyline. So, yeah, I had to include that.
I don't even remember that. He was a cop in Return of Count Yorga. Did we notice that
I don't
when
think
we did that? I just don't even remember. He was
and he's the voice of Mr. Incredible, of course.
He was a stand-up comedian.
Oh, I didn't know.
Before he was an actor, which kind of explains. And he did 7 episodes of the Tim Conway Comedy Hour with various parts.
Nice.
Okay, so the only thing that I know
Scream,
him from,
Blackula Scream. Did you have that on there? Yeah.
Yep.
Gotta watch that.
yeah, that's crazy, is the show that used to come on when I was a child, where
Coach.
he was like yes, that's it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's
We watched that. I kind of watched that.
Mhm.
But some of these other ones, like Stir Crazy, he's a deputy in that. He's like a cop in all these movies. Captain something in Private Benjamin.
That makes sense. Make a good cop.
That voice is good for cops.
Yep.
A cop in Where the Buffalo Roam. Diary of How the West Was Won. He had a lot of stuff going on until he finally, I don't know when he got his first bigger part. Probably this.
I think Poltergeist was his big
Breakout.
role. Yeah.
He was in a TV show called Chicago Story in 1982. So, yeah.
I've always liked Craig T. Nelson.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He's really natural. He's really
Yeah.
good.
He feels like a family man.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah,
and that's what they need for this role.
So I've pretty much only ever seen him play like he sort of was like playing the same character as the coach, as the father in the early one, except when he gets frantic and stuff. And then in this one too, but he has that scene where he becomes possessed.
Yeah,
by
possessed.
Julian
He's
Bell.
good. Mhm.
Wow! Oh wow! Was that incredible?
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, that was really.
Yeah, is he still working? Yeah, he did. Well, what is that? He
He's
must be
81 years old right now.
Is he doing
Wow.
voices now? 2 episodes of Pupstruction. George
That
and
sounds
Mandy's
cute.
first marriage. Lego Pixar, Bricktoons, 44 episodes on Young Sheldon. I haven't watched that. Have you guys?
Mm-mm.
A little bit of it, but it's not that
He
good.
must have a regular character. Anyway, yeah, he's a much better actor than I gave him credit for. Let me put it that way. That's the way I'll put it.
That is fair. Yes.
All right. And we did Julian Beck. So let's go to young master. What was this character's name?
Look at
Robbie.
that,
Oliver Robbins. Oliver Robbins.
Do you like gladiator movies, Oliver?
You ever see a grown man naked?
Is that what he says? Is that what happens?
No, that's in Airplane. He's the little boy who goes up to the cockpit and is that Peter Graves, whoever it is, who's like asking him all these inappropriate questions.
Something you couldn't do today.
No, you couldn't do a lot of those jokes today.
I think he's there was an interview with him on the disc, and he talked like he was a filmmaker, but I don't see.
Oh, good for him.
6 directing credits. And I don't know. Yeah, in the aughts and teens, I guess. So he said Spielberg gave him, when he seemed interested in knowing about how stuff was being done, Spielberg gave him a, handheld Super 8 camera or something, told him to go start making movies.
That's neat.
Okay. Well, he does okay here. He doesn't do much more acting, at least on movies. Although, what is that movie? There was a picture at the top there. Let's see. Hollywood Laundromat, The Rideshare Killer.
Yeah. What about freaking Clown Motel? 3. 3.
That's coming up, huh? That's upcoming. Well, what the hell? He does fine here. I love where he takes the shaving cream out.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then we have this is Jo Beth character's mother, Geraldine Fitzgerald,
Mama,
who does a fine job. The director and the producers absolutely hated the ending. That was not the original. Well, the big light coming out.
Yeah.
The grandma, that was not the ending that they foresaw.
So what? Why didn't they change it? Like, that's crazy.
When they came back for reshoots, it kind of sounded like everybody was left out of the original director couldn't be there, so they had somebody else, and I don't know if the producers were there or not, and then made them to shoot these extra scenes to add some fright, some scares to it.
Yeah.
So you just can't. I hate it when I hear that, because then I wonder. I really would have liked to have seen the movie they wrote.
Yeah.
And then he all through the commentary he talks about scenes where, okay, now see where Jo Beth's wearing this white sweater here. Well, wait till we see it again. So the couple scenes later, you see her wearing that again. Yeah, those two were supposed to be connected in the script. They were the same time, same location. They just, we're going to put this discussion later, and then we're going to move this,
Right.
It just seems like the epitome of arrogance to me.
Sticking around. If they had to, like, we're going to go back, we need things to be scarier, and we want to have angels. I have a solution for them. They should have had angels that look like the way angels in the Bible are described. Just a lot of wings and eyes. And real scary looking. Not Geraldine Page in a dress.
Yeah.
She goes clear back to being in like Dark Victory and Wuthering Heights. She did a lot of classic movies. Not a lot of horror movies, though.
She was all right in this, though. I mean,
she was
except for the angel thing was a little over the top, but
it's like
not her fault.
Yeah.
Seriously, anytime Hollywood tries to show angels, it usually ends up looking about as good as when you go to middle school and they're putting on a nativity play or something. I mean, it's just
or the
glitter,
black velvet paintings,
right? Wings
of angels, yeah.
It's something you'd put on top of a Christmas tree.
All right, and then Will Sampson as Taylor, who is sent to help them out by
protecting
Tangina. What does he call her? He calls her something derogatory. The Munchkin. Sorceress or something.
Will Sampson's always good. I mean,
he is.
And especially with older movies, it's good to see a Native American played by a Native American and not someone who's Italian or Greek or just generic white guy.
Well, and he died the following year.
So there's the curse of Poltergeist.
I was going to say, come on, Bill. It's a little crazy. Okay. It's a little bit much.
He had to be older. He had to be older in this movie. I don't know what he died of, but he was getting up there in age.
He died at the age of 53. So
that is not old.
That's pretty young.
No, it's younger than me.
And he does, but let me be honest with you. He looks freaking 65. Okay, he looks. I don't understand. Why do these people look so bad?
I don't think he looks that bad. Well, if he actually did spend a lot of time outside, and he did seem to be The producer said he was a real life shaman for three different tribes. I thought he said, or he represented 3 different tribes.
What did he die from?
Why? I'm not seeing it here. If I had to, I'm going to make a guess in my brain here. Oh, he was in his first movie was Crazy Mama.
He was in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yeah, that's
sure.
the first big one. He's the guy pushing, and then he was in some. I just saw a picture of him with Charles Bronson. I don't know which.
Great White Buffalo, maybe.
Mhm.
I don't. Is that?
I think he was in the White Buffalo.
Okay, yeah. Then yep. Outlaw Josie Wales. He was in that too.
Mm-hmm.
Buffalo Bill and the Indians. So he's in a lot of good movies. Well, except Orca. So I don't know. Let me double check it. Oh, he died of complications from kidney failure and malnutrition during heart and lung replacement surgery.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ, he was so unhealthy.
Hmm.
Holy shit. Oh my God. That is actually making my heart palpitate. Heart and oh my God, that's
Heart, lungs, and kidneys. I mean,
holy
there's
moly,
not
that's a
lot left.
trifecta. Yeah. That's why he looked so bad. That's why he looked so old.
He suffered from scleroderma, a chronic degenerative condition that affected heart, lungs, and skin.
Yeah. See, there
His
you go.
weight
Yeah.
during his illness, his weight went from 260 pounds to 140.
Yeah.
And he was getting thinner here. I think
Yeah.
he's weighs a lot less than he did it.
He's tall. He was a tall guy too.
Indeed. This lists him as 6'7". I do know when Craig Nelson stands up to him, or no, he gets up out of the car and goes, "Oh, maybe I'll keep my mouth shut a little bit."
Yeah.
What,
Yeah, I
Craig
didn't
Nelson-
get.
Craig is like 6'4", right? He's huge. He's
Yeah,
tall.
yeah, no, he's not short.
But I think in that particular scene, they had him standing on something to make him taller,
could've.
because the other scenes, he was taller than Craig T. Nelson, but not by that much. So,
Yeah, they probably had Craig T. Nelson standing in a hole or something.
yeah.
Yeah, like those old. I'm just looking to see if I have a height on him. 6'3.5". So yeah, pretty good.
So he was shorter than Craig,
6'4".
just slightly.
No, he was 6'7". Craig was 6'3.5" is what he's listed.
Oh, okay.
And I'm saying, yeah, pretty good guess, Chris.
Well, that's actually
So about 3
6'7".
inches.
My brother is 6'5". That's I can't even imagine two more inches. Holy schmoly.
Well, I was trying to find where it said that he was an actual shaman, because they said that he what the hell happened? Oh, when he found out. So you guys know that the bones in the cavern and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
you know, down in
What
there,
about it?
those were human bones.
Right.
They were actually human bones?
Yeah.
Oh.
Why did they use human bones, Bill?
Because they don't have those little seams in them that the plastic ones have.
Well,
you used to be able to get them pretty cheap from India.
That's it. They were cheaper from India. You could buy real skeletons. And when he found out there was real skeletons down there, he threw a fit, and he made them give him the keys to the studio, and he came in during the night and did some sort of ceremony.
Yeah.
And whatever, they were having problems too. There was something that they were having problems of, and then they never had another one after that.
It's freaking amazing to me that a film, the first one, the whole thing there was being buried over remains, and they decided, it's such a good idea to use
real.
I don't.
Not only that, that Grandma's house where they were staying.
That's crazy.
Was in Altadena, and that was built. That development was on a graveyard, the next graveyard.
Okay.
So this movie is like, how many taboos can we violate here? All right.
He was he was a rodeo performer.
Oh, was he?
And he was also a pretty good artist too. Yeah.
I think he was kind of an all-around guy, and he had that, you know, his playing the part that he was playing, he was perfect.
Yeah.
For it.
Mm-hmm.
They're screaming
He has
for
a-
him to come upstairs. Help us! Help us! Nope.
Yeah.
I'm staying with Caroline.
And our last but not least, the other end of that height scale, Zelda Rubinstein.
Oh, the best scene with her is when Jo Beth Williams heard the knocking at the door and she looks out the little peek hole and
Yeah.
there's nobody there.
Yeah.
And then that was great.
And she's and stuff has started happening, so she's like worried about these knocking noises. She's like, "Do I open the door or not?" You know, this old coot was trying to get in.
She's too short to see through the peephole.
The only I felt like she was in a lot more horror movies than she was, but she was in one that we'll have to do sometime, which was Anguish. It's got a neat little twist that I won't give away.
Well, she's in 3,
Mhm.
Poltergeist 3. Yeah, don't be giving away twists, dude. She was in. Wow, let's see. Oh, she died in 2010 at the age of 76. She was in Behind the Mask: The Rise of Leslie Vernon.
Mhm.
Oh, wow.
That's right.
Oh yeah,
In 2006.
my favorite. You know,
So-
that's my man's, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. Actually, and I've got him right there too.
She's got 58 credits. Yeah. So she does. She's good at that, playing this character.
I love Zelda. Hmm
Yeah.
I mean, and she's good in everything. Oh, she was in Teen Witch, one of my favorite movies ever.
Really?
Okay. Yes. Y'all, one of the best. Y'all, when I was a kid, I watched that movie hundreds of times. I'm telling you, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be the most popular girl. Oh
Nice.
my God.
1989.
And then there's like a rap scene. Every cool guy needs a popular girl.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to watch Teen Witch so I can have a better understanding of Crystal.
Freaking, it is. Oh my God, y'all! I love.
I just looked up the synopsis. Is like, so a young girl, probably unpopular, is told by a local psychic, Zelda, that she's actually has magical powers that will magically appear when she's 16 years old. I'm like, this is the perfect movie for young preteen girls. That's their dream. They're going to turn 16. All of a sudden, magic happens, and
Yep.
for many of them, it does.
Is that the movie where she was underneath the bed standing backflips? Zelda?
No. What's that? That sounds
Because she
fun.
was so
though.
short.
Crystal.
No.
My
short
talent
girl.
is wasted here.
You know how angry that makes Crystal.
All right.
I missed it. I totally missed it. I was just thinking about.
It was
Yeah.
a short
she
joke.
gets-
It was a short joke.
Yeah.
Oh,
Turns backflips
Oh.
under the bed. Her feet don't even
yeah.
touch
She's so
But I
smart.
thought you were. All I was thinking was there must be a movie where she does that. I'm serious.
Yeah.
There's
it's
this
like,
one
wow.
scene where okay, so it is
I would
Robin,
hope there is.
whoever the girl is that plays the lead.
Robin
is
Lively.
Yeah, she's Blake Lively's sister.
Oh,
Okay, yeah. And so she's obviously taller and stuff. And then she goes to sit on Zelda's lap, and then they go ha 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 ha, and then Zelda sits on her lap. It's super cute, y'all. This movie's so awesome.
This is crazy. She
I
had
think I need to watch this with my granddaughters.
It's so cute.
She was a staunch advocate for the rights of little people, and was a early and outspoken HIV/AIDS activist.
Good for her.
And as the poster mom for AIDS awareness, her son was gay, and she valiantly appeared in a series of maternal newspaper billboard advertisements
Oh.
imploring her gay son to practice safe sex. The series of ads ran from the mid to late 1980s. Anyway,
I bet her kid loved that.
well, yeah, it's hard to
But
say.
the message is right.
Right. Anyway, another great character that makes it through 3 movies. And our last, you guys have brought up Giger before, and these are actual drawings for the movie, right?
Mm-hmm. There's the tequila worm and that weird tentacle head monster. There's the man himself, who looks exactly the way you would imagine that he looked.
Yeah.
It's like
He was. I mean, I haven't seen any like big interviews or anything, but the little pieces of him in this extras on here on the Blu-ray he's kind of goofy.
oh yeah.
I love him. Yeah.
He's just an odd dude. I mean,
Yeah. That's great stuff though. And Steve, we should mention these. I got a list later. But Steve Johnson said he just couldn't believe how thrilled he was when he knew that Giger was going to be involved in this movie that they were signed on for, and that he could do special effects for designed by Giger. That was like about. Anyway.
Well, yeah. I mean, after Alien, like, that's really, I think, what propelled Giger into, more mainstream media. And then it's like, oh my God, he's like a god. He really was like such a god as an artist. Like the stuff that comes out of his head is freaking crazy.
And you see him and he looks like your Uncle Art.
Yeah, and kind of just seems like the nerd. Yeah, it's very. Oh, look how cool! See that?
Yeah.
This is. I wanted to bring
so
up
cool.
Noble Craig, which we talked about when we did the movie with 7 S's. That's the title from the 70s. He's the
vomit monster.
He's a vomit monster in this, but in Sis, he was
man.
the assistant before Dirk Benedict that didn't work out, and so he's pawned off to a sideshow. And
he's a man that took a very, very hard, bad life break and turned it into something he could work with.
Yeah.
Got to give full props.
He
to
said,
that.
they said that he literally was like, he was shipped out to Vietnam, and he was literally like getting off of the helicopter landing and stepped on a landmine. Lost 2 legs and an arm. But then went on to live a very fulfilling life. He did a few movies. What was the other one we saw? Oh, and I did have that video clip. Let's throw that up. So this is the vomit creature.
I love it because it looks like the old man. It's so good. It's just so cool.
And that looks very close to what one of the Giger drawings looks like. He was that's crazy stuff. And then I think these were also, they were talking about this. There was this thing where they had the fake Carol Ann aged, and they did 3 different versions of that head. And so the top one is like an actual maquette. And then the next 2 are different stages of that. And that's I just wanted to throw that up as an example of the practical effects I thought were amazing. Look at the teeth. Oh my God. That's just too gross. That could be him too. I don't know. Nasty stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Any other comments here, folks? Any?
I mean, look, the movie is great. The story's not great, but I think the movie's great. I don't care. Like, it's worth the watch. It's fun. It's good acting, and the effects are really cool. And it's a trip. It's kind of a trip. But
they really should have stopped after this one, I think.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh God. Okay, so I have not seen the third one in ages, but all I remember is, oh my God, it was basically like, even though it's not Poltergeist in space, it felt like Poltergeist in space because it was so technologically advanced, and they were at the top of this. Oh, it's the worst. It's the worst.
There were these whole,
Unfortunate.
even in this one though. In this one, there was all these wire work scenes where the actors, the whole family, were suspended on wires and supposed to be
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
When
Yeah.
they're
around
falling
and
and yeah.
yeah, and they said none of them had ever done anything like that before, so that added to the length of time it took that they spent like a couple weeks doing that. All right, I did want to mention there are some great the special effects people. There was a company called Boss Film Corporation that, as best as I could tell, was run or owned by Richard Edlund. He's listed as visual effects supervisor. And as far as people that we have talked about in movies, the names I recognize were Steve Johnson, Randall William Cook, and Screaming Mad George.
I love Screaming Mad
Screaming Mad
George.
George.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Although there's an incredibly long list of people listed under special effects. But
Speaking of him, I just saw the movie Freaked.
Oh
Alex
yeah.
Winter, and he did a lot of
That's a
effects in there.
great movie. Oh
I
my
love
God.
that movie.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen that in a long time.
It just came out in 4K.
Ooh, thank you. I need to see it. Yeah, I love that movie.
I wasn't listening. All right. Any other comments on this? I think.
No,
I think we covered it.
he's getting ready to cough up a worm.
Well, that was great too. They said that was done. In like, I guess you could tell by looking at it, but it was done in like 3 shots or 3 different effects. Well, actually 4 or 5. But when he first bends over and the things are coming out, they had this weird appliance that they put in his mouth that was supposed to keep him from sucking it back into his esophagus.
Oh, well, that's good.
And then they took the whole first length of worm that came out and flattened it all out and put it in his mouth. And then they had a tube coming out that it blew water in it. And he said it was like high pressure water. That thing blew up like you wouldn't believe. And then there's another cut where the last little bit comes out of his mouth, right? And it falls down. And then also when it's wiggling, that sounded really cool. And I didn't, at the time, they stuck something in it that was like a cable or something in this tail and hooked it up to a electric drill and ran that drill back and forth, and it made it kind of, herky jerk spiral around. And once I knew that's what they did.
Oh, whoa there with all these technical terms.
Yeah, once I spiral all around. Yeah, once I knew
it went all herky jerky on me.
All right, I love that shit. How they figure out how to do that stuff.
No, Noble Craig was in the Blob remake. He was one of the melted soldiers, and he played Freddy Krueger in Dream Warriors in a shot.
Yes,
in a couple scenes.
Yeah, so we've covered movies that he's been.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's it. You guys ready for feedback?
Oh yeah.
Sure.
Yep.
We
always ready for feedback.
We got us some feedback.
Unless it's from Jerry Chandler.
Well, the first one is from Jerry Chandler. Bill, you want to take that one?
Surely. Let me scroll on down the road here. All the way back to 174, Prince of Darkness.
Yeah.
Jerry Chandler says, you have a ton of stuff on your schedule, but this is a film that deserves another look down the road with a few different members of the DOH crew and extended crew. This was a great discussion, but there's so much wild stuff this film played with and so much that is left to interpretation. It might even be cool to find out if any of the crew and extended crew have never seen this one and get first-time viewers on it. Oh, and please, if you're going to discuss the great Brian Cox roles, yet none of you mentioned the King in the Stoke Me a Clipper episode of Red Dwarf, for shame.
Come on, Jerry.
Yeah, Jerry. Whatever we do, he'll always pull out something.
Yeah.
You don't remember he was in that Charmin commercial where he smacked Mr. Whipple upside
Yeah, so he
the head.
wants us to do Prince of Darkness again, and and
I am
mention
amenable
Red
to
Dwarf,
that.
I guess. All right. This is kind of a couple of short, quick ones here. Episode 275, Intruder. And Jesse Diaz tells us Scott Spiegel, the director, passed away a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, no, I didn't
missed
know that.
It says, I just was looking it up, and it says he died on September 1st. Cause is unknown.
Oh,
Wow.
now I'm thinking I may actually remember having seen that, but it didn't stick.
So he was involved in that whole group of people. He introduced Quentin Tarantino to producer Lawrence Bender, that hooked him up for Reservoir Dogs, and then he knew all these other people. So yeah, Sam
Well, he was with the
Raimi.
Evil Dead people from the beginning. Yeah.
I think they went to high school together. Didn't we figure that out at some point there? Yeah. So
He was only 67.
Damn.
Appreciate that.
Thanks, Jesse.
Jesse, we really do. And then 294 Wolfen from B Gabe. I think that might be our buddy in New York. My cop friends say Finney's New York City detective was spot on.
It felt legit.
It did.
I think Albert Finney's a phenomenal actor.
Yeah.
Like,
Man, I
he's
love that
wonderful.
movie so much. Wolfen's great. I'm sorry I missed that one, but that was such a good movie.
Yeah. All right. Well, we have some comments on Manhunter. One kind of a long one from Jerry, but let's see where we at. We just did Bill's the only one, right?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I see this, how I have to lay this out. For Manhunter, Manny Lamont, Crystal.
Another bowl of 80s. I think Brian Cox nailed the role of Lecter in a more chilling way. This film has a subtle way of introducing the themes of evil. It's not immediately frightening or cartoonish with its villains. Saw this many years ago while I was in the Navy. I have something to say about this. I will tell you that as a woman, his portrayal of Lecter was not scary to me because I've met many men like him who act like that, who are intimidating like that toward women. I guess maybe for y'all as men, you don't experience that often, but for a woman, I get that a lot. So it doesn't scare me anymore. And that's all I got to say
Did
about
any
that.
of them? Did any of them kill you?
No, but let me tell you, that's why I'm saying it's not scary. It's totally the Bravo type of thing from a dude, just like that whole machismo. I don't know if it's because I'm a woman. I don't know if it's because I only see men saying that his portrayal is better.
I don't have anything to say about him. But I did want to bring up. I watched. We did Manhunter, and then either that night or the next day, I watched Red Dragon. And I'm sorry, Crystal, but I like Manhunter a lot better than Red Dragon.
Really? Well, okay, that's fair. I mean, as far
I'm not saying it's a better movie. I just liked it. I liked the atmosphere, the feel of it, the style, I just felt like,
Crystal,
the cinematography, and anyway.
Just to keep this going, do you think Anthony Hopkins is scary as Dr. Lecter?
Yes, because I don't understand him. He's not a typical male in that. He's not natural. Like Brian Cox just seems like every other freaking dude who thinks he's got a fucking big dick. You know, it's like, I'm telling you, like, to me, I'm like, okay, dude, you're behind bars. What are you gonna do?
I find Anthony Hopkins scary in the same way I find Vincent Price scary, which is not at all. I just love the performances because they're so over the top and they're entertaining, but to me they're not scary because I don't think I've ever met anyone like that.
Thanks for opening up that can of worms, Manny. We appreciate it.
But no, like I'm just saying, I'm realizing, I was thinking about this after this, and I'm like, tell. I got to be honest with you, as a woman and someone who's younger, I just have a really different perspective on this because I have seen that man many times in my life.
Don't discount you at all.
And it just does not scare me. It disgusts me and pisses me off. And I think that's why I'm turned off by him in that. Like, I'm like, oh God, you're giving me nothing. You're not giving me anything different or unique. And I honestly, there's nothing charming about him. If he was more charming even, He didn't.
So what about the fact that he figures out how to do this phone thing, and he calls his people up and figures out
That's
Will
the
Graham's
writing. That's not his
address.
acting. Hello, can I have
Okay.
This is-
no,
boy, this-
come on.
I'm getting
We're not
getting
going to win that.
flashbacks
So
to-
let's go to
yeah, I'm getting
Gregory
flashbacks
Yeah.
to DC versus Marvel when I was a kid.
yeah,
It's
I'm like, I get I just
I don't disagree.
Hannibal Lecter.
Obviously, I can't disagree with what you're saying, Crystal.
But I
Yeah.
can't disagree with what y'all are saying either. I feel like, though, for me, that's why I don't see him the same way.
that's
Mhm.
valid.
Because I was
Mhm,
like,
that's valid.
they actually think he's scary. Why do I not see this man as scary? That's what was going on in my head.
Okay.
Why don't I see him the same way? You know, like, what is it? And I was like, well, how do I feel about him? This is the process I went. And I was like, he just seems like some freaking dude you meet
Well,
on the
to
show. I was
me-
like, okay. And then I went down this rabbit hole. I
Okay.
know
So
why.
this is why he's
you know.
he's scary to me, because he seems harmless. That's what's scary. Hannibal
He
Lecter,
doesn't
Anthony
seem harmless to me.
Anthony Hopkins, Hannibal Lecter, just seems like a fucking lunatic. Anybody that would like go have dinner with him would be an idiot. Whereas
Yeah,
Brian
yeah.
Cox is like a true sociopath. You don't even know who the hell they
Oh,
are.
but it's interesting how we bring our own things to it. I mean,
Yes,
I agree
yes,
with
absolutely.
Crystal.
Yeah.
I agree with Crystal. I just come to the wrong conclusion. I think the fact that Brian Cox
No,
does
it's not
seem
wrong.
like
Y'all aren't wrong.
it
Like,
does seem
y'all-
like someone who I would meet, and that makes him scarier to me than some boogeyman who I'm never going to. It has no
Well, let's
relevance
see
to my life.
what Gregory Crosby has to say about
Oh, well, he's got a lot.
Oh no, here we
Well,
go.
it. Chad?
I can't stop thinking about Brian Cox's dick now.
Ah.
Okay,
I know,
Gregory.
I realized I came across harsh with that, and I
No,
was actually
no,
I was
that's
actually
okay,
only
that's okay.
being direct. When I'm direct, I
You got to put us in our place sometimes.
no. But when I'm direct, I seem harsh, but I'm not being harsh. I'm just being.
Gotcha.
Crystal,
Does that
you're
make
the
sense?
least harsh person I know. We
Well,
love
that
you
was
to death.
I could see how
You
that
are
came
you have a
across as-
strong opinion about this,
Yeah,
and that's
which is
okay.
cool.
That's perfect.
That's one
Yeah.
reason why we love you.
I love y'all too.
Despite the abuse.
One more time, Chad.
Chad's the only smart one. He kept his yap.
Yeah, I'm
during
not
the
saying
whole thing.
nothing. I'm not saying nothing. I know better than to get in the middle of Crystal's rant.
Spike the
Crystal.
abuse. That's my favorite. Oh my god.
Gregory says, in 1987, I worked the graveyard shift as a clerk at a 24-hour video store called Cinema Clips in Las Vegas. A shift I worked solo, convinced that some night a felon would decide to skip robbing the 7-Eleven and come directly to my counter with a big gun and a bag to fill up with cash. That never happened, unfortunately, but for 6 months I did that gig. I did have the pleasure of putting on whatever movie I wanted, since there was no coworker to veto my choices. From about 2:30 to 5 a.m., almost no one came in, and there's many a film I saw for the first time on the screens above the rental stations, including Manhunter, which I put on at least a half a dozen times, as there was something soothing about Michael Mann's style that made it
Yeah.
perfect both to watch and to half watch as background.
I agree.
Okay, now
Mhm.
are you going to regret not using? Did Gregory move or something? He lost his accent.
It's good.
Oh.
Okay.
It's all good.
He's like, it's too much. It's too much.
There's little doubt that Anthony Hopkins' Hannibal Lecter is superior, as is Silence and Red Dragon, but it's a grand guignol superiority over the top and leering.
There we
Okay.
go.
Brian-
Okay. Yeah.
Brian Cox's Lecter inhabits an entirely different universe, closer to something like noir. And once you separate the various versions in your mind, I think Mann's is a more than honorable adaptation, even if Tooth Fairy is indeed a little goofy.
That's in the book.
Also,
That's in the
I
book.
was happy to hear Chad liked Wolfen. I saw it just last year at a screening at MoMA.
Oh, that's
Having
nice.
missed it back in the day, but I was well aware of it thanks to an article in the Twilight Zone magazine. While I
That's
like
awesome.
the ending and appreciate that these are supernatural creatures, because the notion that some sort of wolf cryptid could be hiding out even in the post-arson Bronx is a little ridiculous. What really stayed with me was the scene in the bar. which is full of such a quiet menace. Finney is great here. When is he not? I should probably leave this part on the actual episode for Wolfen, but I'm leaning into Jerry Chandler length comments just to see how long Chad can keep up his impression of me. I'm sure he's saving up, as Jeff accidentally had Doc and Daphne read my most recent comments. Also,
awesome.
I enjoyed how Bill made that corduroy headlines joke. Total silence.
Total silence.
I caught it, but I didn't stop. I should have. I was focused on where I focus on where we're going, and Bill throws that out. And I'm like,
this is where you need to have the crickets thing. If I say something and there's like no response, just really.
We were just talking away. That was the thing.
See,
Excellent,
he brought up
Gregory.
the point about him being. I think that's what it is. Cox is just like every other guy. He doesn't stand out. Just like he's saying, which is actually, I guess more of a more natural portrayal, as opposed to the more over the top. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. I mean, I do feel like I just look at him and I'm like, thank God, he just, I want to beat his face in. I can't stand him. I don't know.
Well, it's also his first time, the first time Lecter's been portrayed on film, so it's totally up to the actor how he wants to do that, how he wants to portray Lecter. And I think Anthony Hopkins just has that in him to make you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It has to be somewhere in him for him to be able to pull that out and
I do want to reread the books again, because the impression I have from having read them, but it's been a few years now, is that the character of Lecter changed quite a bit from Red Dragon to Silence of the Lambs.
And it almost feels, Red Dragon.
What's that?
He's a side character in Red Dragon.
Yeah.
So I will tell you, there is a lot of psychology behind serial killers, and I am autistic, and there is something I work really hard to present as normal and stuff. But I will tell you, see, I'm already
it's not working, Crystal.
When I talk about this, it really messes me up. I start to actually, but there is something that Anthony Hopkins does, so if you notice, if I'm not really masking or whatever, I'm always straight up. I drive straight up. I'm always like this. This is how I stand. This is and Anthony Hopkins did that with his character. I don't know. There is something about even his movements, even his mannerisms. I feel like he was way more, he embodied fully this character. And I feel like Hannibal Lecter, he's an elegant man. He's not a freaking dirty, he just doesn't look like some gutter blood in jail, and that's what Brian Cox said. That's what he read to me. He didn't read as an elitist. He didn't read as someone who is of higher intelligence. I mean, because we autistic people always think we're smarter than everyone else. It's kind of a thing that we have. We have this real issue. It doesn't mean that we are. I'm not saying that. But there's a whole thing. And I feel I honestly do kind of feel like Hannibal Lecter's character is not necessarily autistic, but he does go into that sociopathic tendencies, which is actually what I was first diagnosed with before I had a lot of other things. That was a long time ago. I'm not. I'm a normal person.
That's a misdiagnosis there.
Yeah. But I think that, like I said, it's the whole thing, and how he is very specific about information. I feel like Anthony Hopkins embodies the elegance of Hannibal Lecter, and Brian Cox doesn't. He just doesn't have that je ne sais quoi. He doesn't have that sex appeal. That's part of it too. He doesn't have the sex appeal. Okay, I will tell you, to be completely honest with you, I think Mads was my actual favorite. He was my favorite. He was my favorite Lecter. I feel like he perfectly embodies the sex appeal, the elegance. And then I love how he was, quite honestly, just really sexy. And that's how a real, psychopath would be. Like he could charm the pants off someone. I think that's brilliant.
I don't know. Have
But
you ever seen Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer?
No, what's that? Is it good?
Oh, it's good, but
We're going to do it. We're going to do it.
Oh yeah. No, we're not.
I almost picked it. Oh, you don't want to do it? Okay.
I didn't
it's
know.
pretty.
Is
It's
All
a
right,
downer.
hey, we got to go. Jerry,
We gotta go. Yeah.
this is
Oh,
a
yeah,
long
yeah.
one,
Sorry,
and
sorry,
I'm giving this
sorry.
one to Bill. So that's
Oh,
okay.
God.
Bill.
Oh, where am I? Oh, because it's Jerry.
Oh, no.
My God, it goes on
No.
forever.
Here we go.
Me.
Take a drink.
Toy
You got it.
boat. Blue. Jerry Chandler says of Manhunter. Crystal's comments on Cox as Hannibal Lecter, why they changed the name spellings in this movie, and the movie in general at the start of the show. She's off my Christmas list this year. Well, your Christmas gift list.
I've definitely explained a lot of that now. So
Yeah. It kind of sucks that this movie was so quickly overshadowed by Silence of the Lambs and given the redheaded stepchild treatment for so long after that. This one felt more like Red Dragon to me. And if I had to be completely honest about it, I like Noonan and Cox as the villains a little more. When making
when he says it's more like Red Dragon, he means the book, I think. Right?
Yeah. When making comparisons from first viewings way back when, Hopkins had more cool charisma, but Cox unnerved me far more for reasons similar to Chad and Bill's comments. For me, Cox was real. Hopkins did an amazing movie performance full of broad, powerful strokes and ate the screen whenever he was in a scene. Cox was terrifying evil that could hide right next to you on a bus, and you wouldn't know it until he was killing you. And then the flip side, from a schlubby-looking guy that was next to you to the malevolent evil thing ending your life, would be like night and day. And I mean, come on. Frank P. Dole as the evil cannibal genius? Look up the name sometime, then look up the book and a movie. I swear, Jerry, every one of your letters is like an assignment.
Yes.
And I will be doing that right after this is over, so you win. But hey, at least it gave us and Noonan the springboard moment to enjoy him in his ultimate role a decade later. I refer, of course, to the Ripper in The Last Action Hero. I think I like Dollarhide better than Buffalo Bill for a villain as well, for much the same reason. It's still Hollywood creative license, overly flamboyant villain at times, but Noonan felt more menacingly real in the performance. I think it goes back to something you touch on when discussing Terry O'Quinn in The Stepfather. Quiet, subtle menace can be more unnerving, and Noonan played it closer to that whenever he could. Jeff laughed knowingly at the stupidity of Hollywood when Bill was talking about the idiotic reason for the title change, and it hit closer to home than Bill referenced. The film that bombed was the 1985 crime thriller Year of the Dragon, produced by De Laurentiis. He was the one who then pushed the issue. But it made a more confusing name issue for some people than you all discussed. I kid you not, it was bad enough when comic geeks first thought it was the long, falsely rumored movie finally coming based on Archie Goodwin's version of Paul Kirk, The Manhunter.
Oh.
Bill and Chad can explain both who that was and why there was a rumor for an upcoming every comic ever made movie in the 80s.
Excellent.
But I knew people who had never,
comic.
I knew people who had never read the book and at first wondered if it was connected to the 1970s TV show of the same name. Just a horrible name for a film. Yeah, so Manhunter is not just generic, which would be a bad enough sin, but it's also confusing because it's been used so many times.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, Dead of Night.
Frank P. Dole was the character Anthony Hopkins played in 84 Charing Cross Road,
which I've never seen. So,
which is a character and is a real person.
Right.
Ooh.
He was a bookseller. Yeah.
All right then. Well, thank you, Jerry.
Yes.
Always learn something, whether I want to or not.
But we appreciate it so much. And wow, that was a great pick, Bill, because that Manhunter
stimulated a lot of discussion.
Feedback.
And one thing I want to say about what Crystal was saying too. The nice thing about this is that you can. I love arguments like this, arguments, the kind of thing that people used to have without getting all personal and butthurt about it. But now it's hard to do. Now I pull back if you're at a convention and you're doing the Marvel versus DC or anything versus anything, and you get the sense that the other person is really upset you're disagreeing with them, you just have to stop, and that didn't used to be the way. But isn't it the thing that's nice? We have two great actors taking the same character written by the same writer. And how do you bring that onto the screen? And they both made very different choices. And you can agree with those choices, disagree, but it's interesting. It would have been actually well, 3 actors, because Crystal brought up Mads, who gets lost in the shuffle, but that was a great, fantastic TV show.
Good.
That's a real testament to a great character like that can be interpreted in different ways. I mean, that's Shakespearean. Not everybody plays King Lear the same way, or Richard III. And I don't think it's too much of an exaggeration to say that Thomas Harris has, created a character that I think will live on long after many others have been forgotten. I can see Lecter being, in future times, way after I'm gone, being reinterpreted and modernized, and there's something about that character that really works. And we've had the experience of seeing 3 great actors do an interpretation.
Yeah. And I did want to mention one thing. I think it was Gregory said something about the Tooth Fairy not being a great,
Oh
was a
yeah.
little goofy, but that was in the book.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's still.
I mean, it was the killer that called himself the Red Dragon. It was,
they call him the Tooth Fairy. And if you read the book, and there's so much that just could not be put into the movie about his history and how he ended up the way he is. It's a real tragedy, and you understand, you empathize. You don't, he's a monster that has to be destroyed. But yeah, it's a great story.
These are great comments. So thanks to Jesse for letting us know about Scott Spiegel.
Yeah.
And sorry if I seemed like really mean. I wasn't.
No. Don't ever think about holding back.
You have felt strongly about something. That's fine.
I keep thinking about it though. That's what's the messed up part about it, because I'm like, okay, I think about this and I'm like, why do I not like him? And I'm also thinking again,
right.
Okay, he seems so petty compared to the Red Dragon in Manhunter. Like the Red Dragon is actually scary in the film, and then Hannibal Lecter's kind of just a little wimpy side piece, is what he seems like.
Yeah.
I mean, you see what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I wish I could see him the way y'all see him.
And of course, he's caged. And he's caged there. And part of
who did Chad? We were doing 70s last night. He talked about he doesn't like Ed Begley Jr. I like Ed Begley
Jr. I love him.
I hate Ed Begley Jr.
I think Chad should go into psychoanalysis to find out just exactly
He's
what the hell
so cute, though. He's
funny.
funny.
Y'all are arguing about who played the best Hannibal Lecter cannibal, and I hate Ed Begley Jr., but I need therapy.
But this is why it's so great, that we have diversity here. It's like the difference between men and women. Crystal goes home and she's like at her head on the bed. Sean's snoozing away, and she's like, why do they think he's scared? And for the next hour when she should be sleeping. Meanwhile, Chad's going to go home today, and right as he puts his head on the pillow, he'll be like, why does everyone like Ed Begley Jr.? Oh, well. And
exactly right.
That's the end of the thoughts. It goes no further than that.
I was just going after people like and dislike different actors. I've heard people, even on the old H&R podcast, talk about an actor they legendarily terrible actor. And I'm watching him. I'm like, going, what's wrong with him? I don't see anything wrong with him. Anyway.
I'm not even saying there's anything wrong with Ed Begley Jr., but I hate it. I just hate it. He might be the nicest guy on the planet. No, Crystal got her rant. I'm doing mine now. And
I understand. It's like you wanted to do Dead Heat one time, and I said I don't want to do Dead Heat. It's because I hate Joe Piscopo. I hate him with a passion. I never liked him. He always rubbed me the wrong way. So not that
you don't like the cut of his jib.
Piscopo either.
All right.
Yep.
Feedback. Thank you.
Him and Ed Begley should do a movie.
Thank you to Jesse Diaz, B. Gabe, Manny Lamont, Gregory Crosby, and Jerry Chandler.
Fuck Ed Begley Jr.
And so, plenty of ways to stay in touch. Please send feedback to, make comments on the Gruesome Magazine's YouTube channel, or you can send an email to feedback@gruesomemagazine.com, or you can join or come take a look at Gruesome Magazine's H&R DOH podcast Facebook group, and go to our website at gruesomemagazine.com. We are putting up new reviews of new movies again under the Gruesome Magazine banner. Doc Rotten and Paul Cardullo are doing those, most of them anyway, and some other kind of new stuff. I think Doc and Vanessa did a top 5 movies to look forward to in October or something like that, and I think they're going to keep doing stuff like that. So yeah, go check it out. And also, if you want back episodes of Decades of Horror, you can go to decadesofhorror.com. The only thing that's linked there is audio. If it's video, it's on the YouTube channel. So, all righty. We also have a Patreon for a small fee per month. I think it's $2, Doc says, but I don't think that's right. I think it might be $3. I don't know. Anyway,
cheaper than a cup of coffee.
You will you get some access to some things. So Decades of Horror episodes will go out to the Patreon members the day after we record them. Normally it's about 12 days to 2 weeks if we stay on schedule with our recordings. That isn't because it takes that long to process them. It's because we like to keep a schedule, and that gives us time to adjust for rescheduling and schedule conflicts. And we did episodes on all 20 episodes of Kolchak, the Night Stalker, including one roundup episode. So 21 episodes about Kolchak, the Night Stalker, available only on Patreon. And we just started recording episodes on Night Gallery.
We're going to do all of them.
Fun.
I believe the first one is scheduled to go live Halloween, is what Doc tells me. So yeah, we're going to do all the Night Gallery episodes. That is going to be interesting. All right. That's it for this episode, but every 2 weeks we'll be focusing on a specific film released between 1980 and 1989. Next up, we tackle one chosen by Chad. What do we do with Chad?
From 1983, we're going to do Something Wicked This Way Comes.
I love that book and I love that movie, and we've been waiting for it to be available streaming, and boom.
Just the chance to talk about Ray Bradbury, who's one of the most important writers in my life.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Luckily, I read Dandelion Wine while my grandparents were still alive, and he's got that. I can't remember if it's an individual story or a running thing where there's an old guy that lives down the block, and the kids all go down there and they go up to his turret in his Victorian house, and he tells them stories, and they call him the Time Machine. And I thought, oh crap, I need to be talking to my grandparents about this shit before they're gone. You know, what was their life like? What did they do? What was it like in the Depression? What was it like with rationing in World War II or whatever, you know, all that stuff. So anyway, yay Bradbury. Way to go on another tangent, Jeff. All right. That's it. Catch us again here in 2 weeks for another great horror movie of the 1980s, as only Decades of Horror can do it. I can't wait for Something Wicked This Way Comes.
Oh, yeah. I know, for real.
That's going to be fun. Thanks, Chad, Bill, and Crystal, and thanks to Grue Believers. Say good night.
Yeah, whatever.
Bye.